We're talking to Matthew López, the writer-director of Red, White, and Royal Blue, which is this big hit on Amazon Prime Video. It's also his first feature film after being a Tony-winning playwright, and you did such an impressive job. Also, an impressive job with the casting of Prince Henry and Alex. Can you tell me a little bit about the search because it's such an important component of what you did. Can you tell me about looking for the right actors for those roles, and also why Taylor and Nicholas were the right people?
Yeah, it was one of those things where, especially with Alex, I told Greg and Sarah, my producers, that if we don't find the right actor, we can't make this movie. It's one of these things where you can only make the movie if you have the right cast. And so we spent about 5 months on a search for, especially Alex. And I mean, we saw hundreds and I mean this quite literally, hundreds and hundreds of actors for it. And it's just one of these beautiful things that happen. You see, and then actor 247 walks in the room, and it's Taylor Zakar Perez. And into that room, metaphorically, because it was all on Zoom, steps your character. And it's a very exciting thing when that happens. And the same thing happened with Nick. They're very different actors. They approach their work very differently, which is perfect because it's very complementary. Taylor sort of turned into Alex. I could see him sort of becoming this character. He put it on like you would like a costume. As a matter of fact, his costuming was very important to him finding Alex. And with Nick was like a caretaker for the character. I learned early on that like Nick was almost like protective of the role, protective of Henry. And so like with Taylor, I found someone who could really just sort of like inhabit a character and really sort of transform himself physically and vocally to become this person. And then with Nick, I sort of basically found a person who could hold this like wounded bird in his hand and like care for it. And so I got lucky. I mean, I just got lucky that the right actors at the right time entered the process. And the only smart thing I did was recognize that they were the right actors.